Why, hello, foxes! Today we are continuing measuring, except today we are using centimeters. So if you checked your mailbox lately, you should have received a postcard, and it has a special math tool on it. Do you know what that math tool was? Did you say a ruler? You are correct. At the top of the ruler are the inches and the bottom are the centimeters. So today we are going to be using the bottom of your postcard and the ruler at the bottom to measure with centimeters. Let's begin. So when we are measuring with centimeters, we still use the same rules of measurement. Yesterday we talked about what rule? We line up the endpoints. So today I'm going to measure the same item that we looked at yesterday. So I have this sticky notepad, and what I want to do first is I want to line it up with the 0 line of my centimeters. So I'm taking my endpoint and lining it up just so. And if I look closely at the lines where the endpoint on the right side of the sticky notepad ends, it doesn't quite reach the 8 centimeter mark, and it goes past the 7 centimeter mark. But do you think, is this endpoint right here, is it closer to the 7 or to the 8? I think it's closer to the 8. So I could say that the sticky notepad is about 8 centimeters long. Now I'm going to measure the glue stick that we used yesterday. Yesterday we said that the glue stick was longer than the sticky notepad. So take a good guess. Do you think that the number of centimeters of the glue stick will be a larger number or a smaller number than the measurement of the sticky notepad? What do you think and why? Okay, so I'm beginning to measure the glue stick. Remember that first rule of measurement, we line up the end points. So I'm taking the end point of the glue stick and lining it up with the line underneath 0. And when I look at the other end of the glue stick, it is in between 10 centimeters. Do you see that line underneath the 10? And then it's also in between the 11 centimeter line, but it doesn't quite touch either one of those. Does it look like this could be in almost the very middle of the 10 and the 11? So that's our halfway mark. So we could say the glue stick is about 10.5 centimeters long. So now we are going to measure a place value stick. Remember that our first rule is to line up the end points. So if you see, I have lined up the left end point of the place value stick with the line with a 0. So I'm starting at the beginning of my ruler. And then I trace it all the way to the other end point. And I come up and see this line. What is above that line? A 10. So that tells me that this place value stick is 10 centimeters long. Here's a quick challenge for you. What's wrong with the way that I measured the 10's place value stick? Take a moment to think about that. Did you say that I did not start at the beginning of the ruler? You are correct. I cannot start at the 13 on the ruler. I need to place my object at the beginning point of the ruler at the 0. So now I have measured it correctly. Your challenge today is to take the postcard you received in the mail and use the centimeter ruler at the bottom to measure 3 objects. Let me know what you find. See you tomorrow.